All right. As far as injuries go, Demarcus Robinson really is the only one that won't practice today. He's sick. Getting better, but sick. And then we look forward to the challenge of playing the 49ers. What a great atmosphere it will be, and great spot in Miami. Kyle Shanahan has done a phenomenal job with that football team. And, again, we look forward to that challenge of playing him and his coordinators and players. They got a great bunch there. So with that, I'll turn it over to you guys.
Coach, we know you cherish your time with us, but with all the extra media and everything that goes on, how much of a distraction is that? How much does that complicate your preparation?
So remember, we've really kept it where we've got a tight itinerary, and we're sticking to that. And Ted's done a good job of kind of keeping the media part organized, and we're there to play, but we're also there. It's a Super Bowl, and we understand everybody's got their jobs doing. People are interested, so we understand that.
Does it allow you? Is it like a full bye week, right? You know the word on you after the bye week, and what an advantage that is. Does it give you a full bye week, or does it eat up half that, 3/4 of that?
Yeah, for the coaches, it's not bad. Next week, there's a few more distractions, but this week you get yourself right and get the game plan ready and get ready to go. So, and then when you get down there, you're able to kind of go back through and review and finalize things and make sure everything's the way you want it.
Guys like Stephen Wisniewski and Terrell Suggs have been Super Bowl along you had. How much of the conversations between you three have been with the other players to tell them about the experience of what they're about to get into?
Yeah, they've talked and to the guys, and not necessarily collectively, but they've had a chance to share some of their experiences with them. So it's been part of it, yeah.
And is part of that turning off the celebration of Sunday and getting your mind right for the next game?
Yes. Yeah, well, I mean, it was a matter of getting back in the swing of things, and there's you don't have the time right now to do all of that. You have the time initially, but the guys were back in to work, and the coaches were back in that next day going, and then the players came in on a normal week. So, listen, I can't. You have to put it behind you relatively quick. But like they know, there's a whole off season to do all that, right? So right now they're pretty focused in.
Can you take us through the practice schedule this week? I mean, is today a normal Wednesday?
Yeah, so today's normal Wednesday, tomorrow normal. We'll take it all the way through Friday. Saturday it's shut down so they can get everything together to move on Sunday. So we'll be going, and then we get down there, we'll practice on Monday and Tuesday. We kind of get back into a normal routine.
So you're into game plan prep already?
Yes. Yeah.
When you were in the Super Bowl before with the Eagles, it was Jacksonville. This is Miami. Could be a lot of distractions. Have you guys gotten to where you're going to do curfews? How are you going to treat the guys when they get down there on those nights when it's it can be a distracting place?
Yeah, I mean there's a curfew just so we can kind of keep track of everybody, but it's not one that we don't trust the guys. I mean it's late, so I trust that they're going to handle themselves the right way. And there's a normal curfew before the night of the game, but the other one's a little bit later, just so we make sure everybody's accounted for, and ready to go for the following day. Go ahead.
Well, you kind of since you've been to a Super Bowl as a coordinator and then obviously as a coach, will you at least, I guess, on the plane right there, kind of, let them know what they're going to be, what to expect, opening night, and then, the distraction, family, and stuff like that, because it's going to be something that they've never experienced only outside of a few players.
Sure. Yeah, we've addressed all that. We've got a great bunch of people that work for us here, and they're so organized. Starting with Mark. I mean, Mark Donovan doesn't get near enough credit for all that he does and keeping us all together. So, but he's got it really well organized. He also has been there, so he knows a little bit of the chaos that goes on once you get there. But it's well, they've done a nice job. Mitch Rose has been very involved with it, and he's done a nice job with it. So it's and we've talked to the team. They know, the whole deal. They've had it laid out to them. So.
Andy, along those lines, how do you think your past experiences benefit you, your own perspective coming into this, having been to Super Bowls before in this capacity?
Yeah, I don't think it can hurt. I have been there and been through it, and I know the fact that there are things that go on down there. I mean, there's just a lot of events and a lot of media responsibility. So we've got to just make sure we stay on top of that, and and we keep it organized. And Ted does a phenomenal job of that. So. Then we go. But I try to keep everything cut and dry, and guys know where they're going, where they're at, what they have to do, and I'm not just keeping them busy to keep them busy. I trust that they're men and they'll handle it the right way.
Is it any way a calming sort of thing for you to you've been there and sort of and trace what it will feel like?
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything out of the norm other than you've been there, right? So you've been through it, so you kind of know what to expect. So. I don't know if that's calming, but it's I know what to expect. And normally that's okay. Normally that's a good thing. So,
Coach, thinking of 49ers, what's your main concern, if you have any?
Well, I think they're well coached. I think they're a real good football team, and they're solid on both sides of the ball and special teams. So, but that's what you get when you're the last two teams going. I mean, that's what you expect, and. We're in it for the challenge, and this is a great challenge, and that's why we do what we do.
Andy, I'm curious, year one and year two for Anthony Hitchens, just what have you appreciated of what he's done in this year and just seeing the way he's developed as the season's gone along?
Yeah, so Hitch is, again, one of the captains. He voted on by his team and teammates, and that tells you kind of the story. Well respected. He does his homework, extremely hard worker, and the guys respect him for that.
Andy, did this championship feel any different for you than 2004?
I wish I can't remember all the details of how I prepped for it, but that was a long time ago. But from my recollection, we were very similar, to getting to this point. Yeah, listen, I think because I can tell you, I think because you're older, back then you go, we've got the one here, we'll get to, a million of them, but doesn't quite come that easy. So I think you just, you respect it and appreciate it probably even a little bit more than I did back then. I appreciated them, but I think it's even more now.
Last third ring go by, or last go by.
Andy, just because you happen to be playing in San Francisco, I wonder if your mind has flashed back at all to your coaching roots, San Francisco State, and how much part of your career that you feel like that represented? It was really the start.
Yeah, no, it was great. I'd stayed on at BYU for a couple of years, and then went to San Francisco State, worked for Vic Rowan, who was an older coach, very, very well respected in the country, head of the College Football Coaches Association, and he was a great teacher of coaches and players, tremendous amount of experience, and so it was a great learning ground for me, and personally as a coach, and he gave me an opportunity to work, which I appreciated.
And a program that size, obviously you're doing many things. I remember all the fundraising sorts of things. But does that give you a kind of underpinning to do bigger things later?
Yeah, I mean, I've come a long way from selling hot dogs to Alan gives me a couple after the game, so I'm doing good. I don't have to pay for them. But yeah, no, it was a Division II non-scholarship program. So a great conference. The Northern California Athletic Conference was a great conference, and put out a lot of coaches, a lot of players, and great experience. So, it gave you that respect factor to where you are now, and you appreciate it. You don't take it for granted. And for being here, you feel very privileged to be in this position.
Coach, you faced a couple of teams in the playoffs already that had success running the ball against you, and you were much more successful this is another team that obviously runs the ball really well, but are we seeing the evolution with the rules, how good players are, your receivers, Patrick Mahomes, but quarterbacks and receivers around? And the old adage, you got to run to win, just isn't the reality of the game anymore?
You know what? I want to believe that, but I think combinations are good, or playing the team's strengths and weakness. I think those are important matchups, all those things, and that's been forever. So I think it depends on who you're playing, where you're playing, what you're doing, what you're best at, what they're best at, and then you work to the strength of them. Obviously, if you run the ball well, you can throw it well. That's the best of both worlds, and so that combination has always been tough for defenses to work with. So, I think both teams are capable of doing that are in this game.
Coach, I apologize if I missed this on Monday, but Chris Jones didn't practice a whole lot during games. Curious how he felt this week.
Yeah, he feels. I think he feels pretty good. He didn't have a setback, so that was good. We kept it to that 20 play area right there, which was smart, I think, and good for him. And he didn't wear us out on it, which I know he wanted to play, and but he didn't completely beat us up on it every 5 seconds. But when he got in there, he did some nice things. So initially we started him on third downs, and then he was feeling good, and we put him in a couple situations, first, second down situations.
Coach, with so much said about, you've been a phenomenal coach, but just not been able to win a big win. Does that keep you up at night, or is it all just,
No, listen, life's bigger than that. Now, that doesn't tell you I don't want to win. I don't want that to be, this is America, man. I'm in it to win. That's what we do. And that's how you're, so I don't want that to be slighted. But I also understand, I have a perspective of life. Maybe it's my age now, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to, work hard and coach hard, do all those things, and I'm in swinging. So the best of my ability. But I'm not going to tell you that, there aren't other things in life. I understand that too.
All right, thank you.
Good.